Hi, I'm Jonathan Contreras, and I'm the resource manager.
I'm Towns, I'm the team leader.
Major Campos, I'm the production manager.
And I'm Jonathan Martinez, and I'm the interview manager. And I'm Francisco Rodriguez, and I'm the assistant.
Our PSA is about the lack of maturity in teen relationships.
Do you think the age gap affects a relationship?
Yes, I do think an age gap affects a relationship, especially if it's too big or or if it's small.
Do you think dating should be taken seriously in high school?
Not really, but it depends. Like, how long have I known each other? Do you actually see yourself with this person? Like, depends on who.
Do you think age defines their maturity?
I think so. Younger people tend to be less mature than older people do.
What do you think defines maturity?
I think it's mostly experience in life and stuff. Like, how much you've been through and what you've seen and stuff.
Should you be more attracted to physical or emotional maturity?
I think it should be a mix of both, but mostly emotional.
Should a person date an immature person?
Honestly, I really don't think so that much. Like, if you're dating an immature person, they're least likely to take arguments seriously or do things seriously.
Okay. Would you date a younger or older person?
Depends. 1 year below, maybe 2 years above max.
Should a relationship last long depending on the maturity of the people in the relationship?
I think so. I think that mature people tend to have longer relationships that last longer and are healthier.
Is it possible to have a mature relationship in high school?
I think it is. If you're two mature people who are in a relationship and know each other well enough, I think you can be.
This is the last question. Can a immature person become mature or immature?
I think so. If you've been through a relationship and you know what you did wrong, you could use that experience to make you a better person.
Okay, thank you. Do you think the age gap affects a relationship?
Age gap definitely affects a relationship.
Do you think dating should be taken seriously?
In high school, it should be taken cautiously, but with the mindset of learning and having fun, but not taking it so seriously that you want to give your whole heart to the person, because it's probably not going to last.
Okay. Do you think an age defines the maturity?
No.
What do you think defines maturity?
Life experience is the best way to gauge maturity, but maturity is measured by decision making. What factors you include in your decision making really is that's how you measure maturity.
Should you be more attracted to physical or emotional maturity?
Well, emotional maturity, because physical maturity, trust me, it goes, the physical goes away. You have to like the person.
Should a mature person date an immature person?
Not unless they want to have a miserable relationship. No.
Would you date a younger or older person?
I did both, but not more than 2 years. Yeah, you really want to stick close to your age when you're in high school, because maturity, there's a lot of gaps when you go more than 2 years. Once you get in your 20s, it doesn't really matter, but in high school, yeah, I'd say 2 years is about it.
Should a relationship last long depending on the maturity of the people in the relationship?
I don't think that determines it. Sometimes relationships just don't work.
Is it possible to have a mature relationship in high school?
Yes.
For the last question, can an immature person become mature through a relationship?
No. and nobody should try to mature somebody in a relationship. Don't fix anybody. They are who they are. If you don't want to date them as they are, don't date them, because you can't fix them.
Thank you for your time.
You're welcome.
Cool.
Alright, so the first question is, do you think the age gap affects a relationship?
The age gap affect, well, what type of relationships?
Like high school relationships, like in high
Like
school?
dating.
Okay,
Like
dating.
dating wise.
Oh, yes.
Do you think dating should be taken seriously in high school?
Yes.
Do you think age defines their maturity?
No, not really.
What do you think defines maturity?
Experience, life events, lessons, being able to learn from, just learning from experiences, learning from and applying that. Like, this happened to me, and looking at a perspective of, from a perspective, what can I learn from this?
Should you be more attracted to physical or emotional maturity?
Emotional maturity.
Should a mature person date an immature person?
No.
Would you date a younger or older person?
Me?
Yes, you.
Older.
Should a relationship last long depending on the maturity of the people in the relationship?
Should the relationship last long depending on the maturity? No.
Is it possible to have a mature relationship in high school?
Yes. Yeah.
All right, final question. Can an immature person become mature through a relationship?
Can I what?
Can an immature person become mature through a relationship?
Oh, yes. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
All right, thank you.
Thank you for your time.
Age is just a number. You know what I mean?
Stop